We're here with Javier. Thank you very much for participating in our interview.
Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, so to start a little bit, could you tell us a bit about yourself? What your name? Which company you come from? What is your role?
Okay, my name is Javier Cervera. I'm the head of energy transition in Balearia. Balearia is a Spanish maritime company. It's the leader carrying cargo and passengers here in Spain. This is my position in the company.
Mm-hmm. And do you measure your carbon footprint in Balearia?
Yeah, we do from many years ago, and we have the obligation from 2018, mainly for the vessels. That for us is more than 95% of the emissions. So we are doing from the beginning, but not just now for the regulation, we are doing reporting to Europe.
Mm-hmm. And have you carried out any energy transition or decarbonization plan?
Yes, just we have started because I told you more than 95% of the emissions are because of the vessels. We have started 7 years ago with the first LNG vessel. LNG is a fossil fuel, but it's less emitter, 25% less emitter than the typical ones, petrol that are mainly in the global fleet. So from that moment, 7 years ago, we are incorporating natural gas. We have already 10 vessels on the fleet, more than 60% of the fuel that we use in the company.
And what are the main economic barriers that slow down or stop your this sort of project in your organization?
This project, natural gas, when we have started this 7 years ago, was environmentally and economically advantage. Okay, but just we know in the last 2 years, natural gas has grown a lot, the price because of the war. So for the future and the future decarbonized fuels, the barriers can be the provision of the volume that we need in a stable price during long time to do the investment on the vessels.
Mm-hmm. And what type of economic support or incentive would be useful for your organization to carry out the energy transition?
We have had already support from Europe for retrofitting 6 vessels and support for an electric vessel that we own from this year here in the Mediterranean. So investment for the CapEx is important, but as I have just told before, I think that it's important the stability of the price for the future fuels, renewable fuels, because of the price is going to be higher than the fossil, and we need this stable price, even knowing that will be higher, but at least that the volume and the period, contract period, it's established to be sure to do the investments.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And what role do you think public authorities should have in promoting the energy transition?
The public port authorities.
Or any other government, or how should they help organizations such as?
I think that here in Spain, because of the Next Generation funds, we have a lot of subsidies line for the decarbonization in every sector. Now we have some part focused on the maritime and the ports. So I think the most important is to try to do as simple as possible procedures to get this money if you have a nice investment that can reduce faster in this next medium period the emissions. So I think that subsidies are, but we need that the procedure and the timeline has to be shorter to apply for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this would be one of the things that would hinder the type of for the public organization. This would be a barrier.
Yes, this is a barrier. Currently, I know that for the Next Generation funds, you need a lot of paper, reports, etc. But I think that it's possible to do an effort to try to short a bit.
And how do you think these economic and regulatory barriers could be overcome? From one point would be for the administration to shorten down these procedures, and then for the organization, what would be a way to improve? Like, for example, for the side, maybe have knowledge of the economic and all the procedures, have a clearer knowledge, or be able to know all the economic packages that they can apply to?
I think that the most useful thing is that you have a clear project that you are going to incorporate in your company. It's more important that really to think about a new thing to be subsidized. If you have a project and you have clear your timeline, your work package in the normal current, your normal business, I know that the support and the subsidy can fit perfectly with that. The most important is that you have cleared your project. Is something that is in your timeline to invest in your company. This is the most important.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And well, you talked a little bit before, but do you have personnel, a department in your organization that is dedicated to this sort of energy transition or decarbonization project?
Yeah, we have many areas in the company with different roles. Energy transition, in my case, focus decarbonization project on board and the vessels. Other positions in my team, for example, to try to produce the renewable energy or the fuels for the future. And people with the measure on board every vessel, etc. And everything is connected for the objective that obviously it's this decarbonization and the regulation that is asking us for the reductions.
Of course. And do you carry out any training in your organization in terms of decarbonization, energy transition, or what type of courses would be useful for your organization?
For the organization, the more technical people that we are involved in, we have the expertise, so we can focus more technical courses to be focused exactly on the thing that we are managing. For a bit more general for the other workers in the company to know about the decarbonization in a basic or medium position. We have some speeches inside the company telling why we are getting this way for the decarbonization with the technology, in this case for natural gas, or the biogas or biomethane that we are starting to incorporate, why we can invest in hydrogen just in these starting points that this fuel is still not mature at all, etc., etc. So we do internal courses to teach about that because of the energy and the decarbonization is something really concrete about every sector and every business. So not exactly general courses focused on the maritime to teach general professionals in the company.
No, definitely more interesting for them also to know in their day-to-day what is important and awareness. Definitely. And in your organization, what are the main technological barriers that stop or hinder your organization's green investments? For example, we talked a little bit about LNG and natural gas or retreating. I don't know if there was any technological issues when you first started with that?
Yes, we have. We are the leader incorporating the LNG in the Mediterranean Sea. We were the first Spanish company, and now we are owning 10 LNG ferries. We have had a strong and some barriers on the way because of the technology, because of the new bunker on the ports, etc. And new barriers are coming really for the new future fuels, not for the decarbonized that are compatible with LNG, that is biomethane. We have a infrastructure in Spain about natural gas and LNG, but new ones, hydrogen derivatives like methanol, ammonia. We need to start to define the infrastructure that are needed and to define the procedures for the bunker from the port to the vessel. So we have a long way still to do with these new fields.
And do you have an opinion on what type of technological solution, either existing or in the market, which one would you say would be most useful for your company to reach zero emissions?
For our company, you have to know that we are a short sea shipping company. That means that we are docking in a port at least 1, 2, or 3 times every day. That means we can bunker fuel every day. Other shipping companies like container ships, etc., bulk carriers, they are sailing days and weeks. So they need another type of fuel, knowing that they can refill only 1 time per month, for example. So different solutions. In our case, we can incorporate, for example, some partly electric directly, for example, with battery. That this is not possible for a container ship, because if not, they are incorporating only for less than 1% of the energy for a trip. We can incorporate that. We can incorporate the renewable natural gas, that this is the biomethane, because of we have natural gas, but other companies in a long distance, other container ships that are ordering LNG, they can apply for that too. So it depends the route. You can apply one or another fuel because of the occupancy, the energy density of the fuel on board. This is important because our business is to move cargo passengers and not to move the fuel. So different solutions for us, short sea shipping with the natural gas and the decarbonized solutions like biomethane, and starting with electric can be enough for the next 2 decades. But in other vessel companies, they have a bit more complicated things to do, and they have to think only in methanol, ammonia, not possible, or compressed hydrogen, etc. But we have 2 or 3 decades in front. Why not a new technology can still appear on the market to solve this kind of barriers?
Okay, thank you very much. I think those are all the questions from my side. I don't know if you have anything else you would like to tell us.
No, only thanks to you and the project to interview me. I'm really happy to be here to sharing our experience in Balearia.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was very interesting to learn more about your experience and have the perspective from a shipping company. So thank you very much.
Thank you.